I chose a video called Infant Temperament and it's from an organization called Hill Physicians. This video stood out to me because it had really good examples and it explains the main ideas of temperament in a really clear and concise manner. This video is credible because they interview a doctor who has over 20 years of behavior research within healthcare organizations. The information shared in this video is very accurate. The video uses the same traits of temperament as the traits in the textbook. So these traits are sensitivity, activity level, intensity, adaptability, approach withdrawal, regularity, and persistent. And each of these traits gets explained in depth in the video. And the video uses some of the same examples that were used in the textbook and on the lecture slides. For example, the textbook states, a slow to warm up child may need to be given advance warning if a new people or situations are going to be introduced. And this example was also explained a little bit more in depth in the video. I know that this information is accurate because the information that we learned in class very closely lines up with what the video is teaching. This video I also found to be very compelling because I found the examples to be the most compelling part. And the examples just give the caregivers practical steps and advice on what it looks like to apply the idea of goodness of fit. The first example was dealing with a child who has rhythmicity issues. So the child has an irregular sleeping pattern, and so the parents aren't able to predict when the child's going to be sleeping or have nap time. And so this can create a lot of issues and tension within the family. And so the way the caregivers can apply the idea of goodness of fit in this example is to avoid stimulating activities an hour before bedtime. The examples that the video gave were no baths or no going to the supermarket an hour before bedtime. And this will help signal to the child that it's time to go to bed and should help get them on a more consistent sleep pattern. And the other example given is a child that struggles with adaptability or approach withdrawal. And this is when the child is held by someone who's not their caregiver and they react by crying or tensing up. In order to solve this problem, the caregiver can communicate with the person holding the baby that the baby is sensitive as to how they're being held and needs time to adjust. And those were the two examples, and I just found those to be super helpful and realistic examples. And I would share this video with parents who have young kids, and this information is helpful to them so they know what characteristics to look for in their child so that they can better identify their temperament and they can better meet their child's needs. And this video is also good to help them learn the importance of the idea of goodness of fit, and so that they can get some practical steps to apply this idea. And I would also share this video with classmates who have young siblings or are babysitters so that they can better understand the behaviors of the children that they're interacting with, and they can understand how to respond in a more positive way that meets the child's needs. Overall, this was a really compelling and informative video that helped me better understand temperament.